Hello everyone, my speakers, and welcome back to the Gibbs Corner. This essentially should be called the Wrestling Corner, because once again we are doing some wrestling topics. I'm joined once again by Jack. Hello?
Right.
Alright, right back. Right, we've got some topics to talk about. We'll run down them. We have got some AEW chats. Jack has some opinions on Tony Khan that he'd like to express. We've got two different sides of the coin as well, because you've got a pretty anti AEW. Come on, let's be real, and a pro-ish AEW.
Mm.
I'll let you get your stuff out the way first. Tony Khan had some comments recently. Not only that, just Jack's overall opinion on Tony Khan.
So you want me to start first then?
Yeah,
So I don't think I'm not anti-AW. I would like the company to do well and be a great promotion. But the person in charge is just a complete knob.
there you go.
Isn't he?
There you go.
Let's be honest, I think. Um, so if you want just about just those comments he made last night on the NFL thing, well, I think the comments he made are completely out of order, out of line. Saying comparing AEW to like Pepsi brand, the newer brand, and comparing WWE to Harvey Weinstein. I think it's completely inappropriate, out of order, shouldn't be said, and it's quite missing like an idiot even more. I think
Yeah.
you know can't compare a whole company to that person just because of one person. And in fact, the company who there was a person like that, the Vince McMahon charge, they kicked him out. He's out of the business. Whereas, like you said before, Tony Khan needs to look inside his house, look at the Chris Jericho stuff. He's not
Not
wholly
only
honest now,
not only that,
but
he employed Ric Flair.
exactly, no, very true. But only that, signing NDAs and he makes people sign NDAs and things like that. You know, CM Punk, he's not like this all clear person where he's transparent with everyone. He tries to keep things hidden away. So I thought those comments were totally out of order. Do you want to mention the segment, or you talk about this first?
Oh no, we'll talk about this first. Then we'll go on the segment.
Okay, that's my thoughts on his ridiculous
The
comments.
comments. So I disagreed with Tony's comments. Obviously, they were completely wrong. Um, the initial lawsuit did have WWE's name in it, not just Vince McMahon. But let's put this right. You can't be saying that your opposing company is Harvey Weinstein when you have people in your company that have been accused of certain things. Um, Not only that, in my opinion, what he's done is tried to create a headline um, by saying what he said. It also is incredibly wrong to put something as dark and as twisted as a man as Harvey Weinstein as a punchline.
Mm,
I found that quite interesting because you've just basically said someone that's incredibly evil and disgusting and used it as a punchline to get at or to try and jab WWE back, which it just doesn't have a good look on you either way, no matter what you do. And this is a person, I'm saying it as a person that likes Tony Khan in a weird way, that wants him to make AW good, but saying those comments like that just does not help your case. And one thing I don't get with it is like, what are you going to accomplish by saying that?
mm,
Are you trying to say that everyone that works there are a part of a evil corporation? Because
mm,
that's another thing. You've just tossed all that relationship down the drain. That anyone wants to come there, you've just called them a part of an evil corporation. So you've done, you messed up. That's your third strike, and you're out essentially. Because
mm.
he's fucking he's gone back on his word by saying this, we're not going to talk about negative BS, and then show the footage of the all in sprawl. You've said multiple times that you're not going to release superstars from their contracts, and you've released superstars from their contracts. Sorry, wrestlers. Um, and then you've just gone on record to say that WWE is Harvey Weinstein. Like,
Mm,
think before you speak, Tony Khan.
mm. I agree. I think when you look at the stuff he's said overall. So what annoys me about him the most is you never see Triple H come out and doing interviews, or Nick Khan or those people doing saying talk about their competition with AW, anything like that. They very rarely mention it. If they do make shots, they're only making shots when Tony Khan's fired them first. I think he's got to stop mentioning WWE as their competitor, because to be honest with you, they're nowhere near competing with them. I don't think. I think they're only being biased. I just generally just think they've got better products at the moment, better superstars, better matches. If you look at Twitter, every WWE event, Twitter goes mental for it. It's trending worldwide, everything. Whereas when AW show happens, there's the occasional match, but the whole show in general doesn't really isn't that popular. Of course, they're die-hard fans and everything. They're very, very fair enough. But I just think if you spent less time bitching about things, just focused on his own in-house, improve his product, it could be a really good secondary promotion. But
Yeah,
I just think he needs to start doing more of that and less of trying to cause tension, because WWE are not viewing AW as competition. They don't really care how popular they're, because they know that overall they're always going to be the superior brand.
yeah,
That's the way it is. No one can compete with them now.
yeah. That's the issue, and that's what he's gonna have to deal with. Um, it kind of leads itself into talking about AEW this past week, because we both had differing opinions on the angle. But
Hmm.
my criticism of the angle, which we'll get into, basically, the angle was that the Elite and Jack Perry, basically Jack Perry was trying to get himself reinstated in AEW. He shook hands with Tony Khan. He came on screen. He did this weird, weird
Yeah,
stuff that he was
weird.
doing. He's very odd on camera. He's very, like a puppy.
Like awkward.
Um,
Awkward. I don't
yeah.
know. Very awkward on
So
camera. Weird.
basically, what happened was that Jack Perry was hugging him, did the smile that he did when he came back at Dynasty, then attacked him. Tony Khan just did a back bump and didn't really think about the mic hitting him. Um, and then took what they call the Tony Khan driver. Now, um, and then obviously laid him out. This angle looks like it's going to be a weird thing of the Elite trying to get their way into control because of the EVPs and Jack Perry now being involved. Now, Jack has his opinions on this angle. My issue isn't with the angle; it's with something else. But I'll let Jack have his opinions first.
I think it's a very cheap copy of the NWO sort of takeover formation. Because we look back when the NWO formed, they took out Eric Bischoff, took Paul Graham off that stage. That formed the NWO, and that formed the NWO trying to take over WCW. To me, this is the exact same of that. And I think that it's a bit, yeah, I suppose could be good if you think about it. In some ways, I would assume that Tony Khan would play a babyface if he's going to be, if they're going to pursue him being a character, because he can't be a heel, because historically apparently he doesn't like being viewed in a bad way, he likes to be liked. So if you want to be a heel, you've got to be not to be hated, which he doesn't like by the sounds of it.
Yeah,
I think the angle was a bit cheap. I think I'm not going to go for Tony Khan for selling the punch stomach where he lies dead like that and didn't move for like 5 seconds. Then he started moving across. That was a bit dodgy, but he's not trained to sell properly.
no,
But so I'm not going to hold him against him on that. I just think the angle was a bit, yeah, very like a carbon copy of WCW NWO kind of thing.
yeah.
Like,
Okay.
that's my thought on that.
So my opinions on it was that it wasn't a bad angle. It was fine. I think as long as the outcome's fine, like as long as there's a whole reason on this, not just I don't know, right Tony Khan off TV. That wasn't on TV for. It was. I didn't think it was that bad of an angle. My issue with that was that it main evented. It could have had. You could have had anything else main event. You could have had a championship victory for Strickland. Like the treatment of him was inexcusable on this Dynamite. He won the championship, and you've done nothing but do a weird championship match that I don't like because it's basically Vince McMahon booking. I don't know if you know about this, but they do eliminator titles. So they do a match where it's
Mm-hmm.
basically Swerve versus what was Kyle Fletcher. If Fletcher wins, he then gets a title opportunity. If he doesn't, he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't. The
Mm-hmm.
things that Vince McMahon would book, 3 years ago? You know, you
Mm.
get that stupid victory where a champion loses clean on a weekly TV and then they get a title shot and then lose that title shot.
Mm-hmm.
It, but what you did instead was you main evented with it. You didn't need to do that. You could have started the program with it and had like running updates of like how Tony Khan is doing, blah blah blah. If you wanted to do stuff like that, and then main evented with other stuff. You started the show with Orange Cassidy. What are you doing? You ended the show with Tony Khan getting pardoned. And not only that, the people that came out to be like, "Oh my god, what are you doing?" were not exactly names. It would have made, you would have sold the angle better if you had Osprey and Moxley come down and be like, "What are you doing? Why have you done that?"
Mm.
It just that was my issue with it. The angle was fine as long as it leads to something, but it main evented and it shouldn't have main event. Your champion got overlooked like massively. Chris Jericho got a promo and a celebration of his championship and not Swerve.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well, I suppose they've got their priorities, haven't they? In that fight, haven't they? They've got their own priorities for what they're trying to push out on television. But another point I have to say as well is if you want to be taken seriously, I think Tony Khan was trying to sell the neck injury on
yeah,
the NFL draft. Yeah, the neck brace. You know, he kept moving his neck when if you've got a
yeah,
sprained neck, you have to keep your neck still. But what I find ridiculous was a bit stupid and a bit of an idiot is he tweeting literally straight after the show saying,
mm,
"Thanks for watching, guys. Tune in for da da da." You
yeah.
know, you just had your pole driver neck. You've been lying dead on the
How did
mat
he tweet
10
it?
minutes,
Yeah,
and also he's tweeting about tune in to
yeah,
TBS Wednesday
yeah.
nights, solve the sound issues. No, you don't.
No.
If you're gonna sell it, take it
If you're
seriously.
gonna sell it with net braces, at least sell it afterwards.
Exactly. So I think though that I agree. It shouldn't have been on last on the show.
Hang on, Jack. I've been cool because I got my dinner. I'm back at Welcome to a mukbang. That's not brilliant. So, any other thoughts on Tony Khan, Jack, then, while I eat some dinner?
um, I think. Um, oh no, I think I said what I need to say. Really. I think he needs to sort of not worry about what's going on in other promotions, worry about his own promotion. Because I think recently the AEW show has been quite boring. Should I say? I think recently we've had some good matches. So Brian Danielson had a good match.
Osprey,
The
yeah.
last the paper wasn't it? Their match.
I'll
Um,
let you finish because I've got something to say on that as well. Not the match, the
yeah,
pay per
that
views.
yeah. I think that was a good match. Yeah, I just hope if Tony Khan is going to be a main character in this program, not to be how can I put it nicely? Don't because Dusty wants to do is like be like put himself front and center of all the shows now. He's gonna be a character. So last we'll do is someone like him being on screen all the time because people might think, oh, he takes away from other people who want to be on screen, who may not be on screen as much or not. But yeah, I think if he doesn't do that, he should be or he should do it. You know, this one could be all right. But so Deji on the storylines, I can't really say, but
Yeah.
see how it goes.
Now, here's my thing. Tony Khan books great pay per views. He is a pay per view machine in the sense that every
Mm.
pay per view he does is good. Now, that means that his weekly shows, aren't always up to par. Because his issue, which was WWE's issue for a long time, was long term storytelling. They don't really have like these long going storylines throughout the show or throughout like constantly going on. Their storylines aren't like I don't know, random stuff. It's just feuds, and then blow off, and things like that. It just sort of goes off the rails a little bit.
Yes.
um, my issue is massively with Collision because Collision. How do I put this nicely?
Twice.
It's awful. Um,
Yeah.
in the sense that all it is, obviously you probably never watched an episode of Collision in your life, is just match, 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 match. That's all it is. There's just nothing. There's nothing to sink your teeth into. Dynamite is good, but Tony Khan. Like, he was writing good shows at the start of March. Where'd that go? Why did we have Adam Copeland chatting shit on a promo that no one cares about? Do it in the locker room if you want a rah-rah speech. You've got then a whole angle that's generated from a clip, a footage from fucking 9 months ago with a guy that's not in the company anymore. And then you've done this week where you've got Swerve Strickland, who's won the World Championship, hardly on the fucking show. He doesn't say a word about the win. And you've got Chris Jericho flaunting that he's won a title when he just beat an up-and-coming guy in Hook. Like, just your priorities are in the fucking bin, Tony Khan. So this is my question to you. This is my overall summary. Tony Khan needs to give control to somebody else. Creative control, that is. Not, it doesn't have to get rid of sell the company to someone else. Creative control could go to someone else. Give it to Danielson. That's my opinion. Like, there's no good doing great pay-per-views every single time to then have shit weekly shows that have no storyline basis, no nothing going on, because you don't know what you're doing, Tony Khan. You don't know what you're doing. You can't put the women's division for shit. Now we can Triple H, but that doesn't matter. I'm talking about Triple H right now.
I agree with that. I think you're right about that. I do think not all the ideas can come from one man for storylines. He thinks that it's my business, it's my storylines. I do it all. Whereas it shouldn't be that. He should be divulging responsibilities to other people. Actually, he should probably need a team around him, a proper team like we have at WWE.
And the thing that people forget is Triple H isn't the owner of WWE.
Yeah.
Nick Khan is, or TKO is. Nick Khan is the higher up. TKO is the board. They're the owner.
Triple H
just does the creative side of it. Get someone that can do that. You've got plenty of people that could do that.
Yes, so, don't give Tony Khan his responsibilities of running the business. Just focus on, or do either one. Either focus on your storylines, or don't then just focus on your business.
Because obviously you did very well to get this fucking TNT or TBS deal in the first place, considering that, like you said in the previous to me, they don't like wrestling. So you've done well getting that. You're obviously a good business guy. Your dad is a fucking billionaire that could buy out fucking WWE if it wanted to, really. So just enjoy that side of it. You can be the face of it, but give the creative to somebody else, because it's about time.
I agree with that.
So, we've done that. But we did a little thing last Friday with each other at the O2 Arena. Me and Jack drove. Well, I didn't. Jack did. Jack did all
I'll let you explain the whole story. The whole day you can explain.
Oh, what a day. We'll talk about it.
You're better me explaining.
We went to the WWE live event at the O2 Arena. And it was a great show. We'll get onto that. It was a great day. It started with the Five Guys. We went into the O2. Well, what a moment. We went into the Five Guys. Jack wanted to get some food before we got into the show. So did I. I was fucking hungry. So we got into Five Guys, and
Say that.
and I tell you what, it was good. The Five Guys were great, and we sat outside. We watched the O2 pass by. I believe this was about 3:45.
It was,
because that's when some other people got, saw some crowds entering the O2 Arena for the show, and then Jack Bitten had the smartest idea to go outside, and we saw a already large queue for the merchandise. So we joined that queue. We were there for an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, about that. About an hour 40 minutes.
So Jack got a weight belt, Cody Rhodes, but it was worth the purchase. You
It's
can't
up
see it because
there.
it's blurred. um, go on, I'll let you do it. It
Uh,
gives me a chance to eat.
how do I do thingy on here? Background and effects. There it is. Look,
There you go.
not there. Anyway,
Add too much of the chicken. So yeah, we were in the merch bit. Then we got that. Then we headed to the
what?
show.
Can you say how much it costs to make
Oh,
that?
£200.
£200. I was tempted to get the bolt tile, like I said, the 350 bolt tile.
Yeah, there was a 350 title. There was a 450 title, which I wouldn't
Nice.
get personally.
Wish that guy
Um,
got with the bag.
huh?
Remember that guy in front of us with the bag? He said his
Yeah, yeah,
first time there. He
yeah.
said
I think he
he
got
wanted to buy
that.
a tile, and he bought the 450. So I thought he was going to buy the weight belt. I got to him before.
No, I think
I
Jack got
asked
the
before
last
he.
one. To be fair.
Yeah, I think I did.
So yeah, we did that. Then we went to queue up, which actually wasn't too bad because the show
Straight.
started at 7:30, but the gates opened at 6. It's actually opened at 5, but no one really seems to go in. But yeah, we were there at 6, and then boom, we got straight in there. Jack got searched. He got felt up for the first time.
Yeah, yeah, I did. Oh,
But that was all
my.
fun. So then we got to our well, I say got to our seats. We got to the opening where we found our entrance where we were sitting,
I like you're going to say.
and we were going down, and then this absolute knob of a man that probably shouldn't be working there. As we were going down, just said, we were trying to find a seat. Jack found
Roti.
found the seat for Ropia, and then he just basically tried to what did he do?
So when we went in, we showed the tickets, and we had, as I looked on the chair to find our row, I saw on the side that the last chair had the letter P on it, a letter like A, B, C, da da da. So as I started to go down the stairs, he went, look on the chairs, you'll find it there, in like a very like sarcastic, rude tone. So I said, yeah, I know, that's what we're doing. And he walked down the stairs, but he was all right, knobhead. And he had to go at
Yeah,
that people behind us that got in the wrong seats.
yeah.
But
No,
he was right in the knob.
he was a job's worth. He shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, don't like it. Get away. So yeah, that was fun to start with. But then we got sat on our seats. We were.
But he got stressed about his seat 'cause he couldn't fit in, or there's
Yeah,
not
I
enough
did. Yeah,
space.
because there's not a lot of space where we were, and there's the coke back, or the drink holders, really, not coke. Drink holders, and they were like, it was just quite tight, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I got sat there, my phone got stuck, so I couldn't pull it out. It was an emotional day. I know we finally got there. We got seated. I thought I was gonna have an empty seat next to me. Unfortunately, the guy got in the wrong seat beforehand, so he then, probably about 10 minutes before the show started, moved into that seat. Uh, um, and yeah, then the show started. We got, I believe her name was Sarah.
Sales subscriber.
Yeah, we got her as the announcer, which was absolutely fine. Then we had an absolute booming good time. We had appearances, as you've seen on the channel. We've got Cody Rhodes appeared and had a world title match against Shinsuke Nakamura. That was very fun.
Insert clip here.
You fucked me there.
Yeah, I did it.
Um, then there was a fatal 4-way as well for the Intercontinental Championship between
Insert clip here.
Gunther, Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, and Chad Gable. That was very good actually. So there was some great matches. Cody Rhodes cut a quite funny promo. We had some right dickheads on our right that
Weapons.
were very much Roman Reigns fans. Well, I don't think they're Roman Reigns fans. They were just fans of being dicks. Just because every time that Cody Rhodes would just do anything, even say that we're going to get a WrestleMania in London, they were like, "We want the tribal chief. No one cares about Cody Rhodes." Cunts.
Mm.
And yeah, so that was fun. Unfortunately, we also had a screaming child behind us. the
Oh, you
entire
don't like
time,
that.
which most of the show I could deal with. There was one particular match that I couldn't, and that was for some reason the Fatal 4-Way. The match that was probably the best on the night. They just kept screaming for Sammy and Gunther, a weird guy. Like, yeah, it was very very annoying, but
I
luckily
said to
it didn't
you,
deter from the show.
what they should do is put the kids in one area of the arena
Yeah, or
so I can
families in
sit.
one ear.
Yeah, because some people just sit there while watching. You got the screen kids behind it. It does my nutting after a while.
Yeah, it wasn't amazing,
Also, by
but
the way,
mhm.
sorry, sort of want to say this as well. That obviously the show was a good show and everything. And when we left, if it was after 10, so we got about quarter to 11 when we got
Yeah.
out of the arena quite quickly. I watched a vlog today. I saw a vlog on YouTube for the O2 show. They took a train. They took the tube when we got
Yeah.
stuck at. They got to the tube and they couldn't go on the train tube for an hour.
Oh really?
They were stuck in and out for there was signal problems.
Mm.
So the 5 minute tube ride from the O2 to where they're going to took an hour to do. So he did a clip of the station of the platform where he was waiting, the tube member, and it was just absolutely rammed, completely packed.
Uh,
So if we did the train thing, we probably would have. If it took about an hour, so after 10, we could have been like half 11 maybe. Got us in half 11. We could have been pushing it again, missing a train.
yeah. No,
So
that would not be good. So luckily, Jack drove. But let's talk about that journey home because that was very very eventful. Um, Getting out the
wasn't it?
O2 wasn't actually as bad as we had previously thought it was going to be.
No, really easy. 10 minutes.
The only issue was a weird junction because I think because of like road like was it road work or just construction work?
I think they're probably closing it to do overnight roadworks.
Yeah,
On
but
the gantry, it had the on the gantry for the lanes we wanted to be in. It had both red X's, which means you have to get out of those lanes. And the following
yeah,
one had the arrow, didn't it, pointing. So I said to you, "Can we do it? Should we do it?" Because they were placing up the road cones, and cars were going past them just to go back into the lane that was closed just to
yeah,
get through it. So I literally we did it. So I thought I was going to get caught by a camera or something. So we went past the car, closing the road off. We just got through.
just got
But I
through
think if we
literally.
were there probably another 5 minutes later, that would have been closed.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There was another thing before I get to the other thing that we just missed as well. Well, I can't remember what it was. Pretty certain we like dodged another like massive road like
Was the M25 one?
yes, yeah.
Yes, they were just closing it. They had the three lanes and they only shut the three lanes out to one.
Ah,
They were
okay.
just placing up the cones, weren't
Yeah.
they? We
So then
just
we
missed that as well.
so then we had that, and then we decided, you know what, we're still quite hungry. We were going to go to McDonald's.
Keep that in. Keep that in.
We went to McDonald's, and we honestly just got in the drive-through, and they plonked the cones down to say that the drive-through is now closed and McDonald's is closed. Like we just got in the drive-through at McDonald's. So yeah, we literally just dodged the latest things we could possibly dodge, and we just got past them. And then we got home. I believe I think it was half one or like nearly two that we got in.
Mm, about 1 o'clock, I think it was. I'll go to my house about one
Yes,
o'clock.
yes, yeah,
So
yeah.
about
That sounds
10 to
about
1
right.
people.
So yeah, that was our overall experience of the O2. It was a great day out, a great night out. The show was great. O2 was really good as well. It was a good venue. Got some good shops. That, if to be fair, if you lived in London or even just around the O2, you could just go there for a shopping day.
You could do it out there, really. Park up, go to cinema, go around some shops, then get a tube, go to a town, and the town, the tube, have a look around, get a tube back to O2 and go home. You could do it
Mm,
day out there. Cheap, it's probably easier to park in O2 and just
yeah,
park up there and get a tube than trying to get a space in London or wherever. But no, it's really good. I think the rumours that they're going to be back in November. There's some dates they said
yeah.
in November,
Hopefully we can get someone. We'll go
which we'll
again.
be going to. Yeah, we'll go to that again. But yeah, it was a really good show. I liked it. It was it was a good retail, and also I think it broke a record. I told you, it broke a record, that show. So there's 16,000 odd people there, and they did a tweet saying that that show was the highest attendance for a live show ever since the pandemic. So including America here, all where they've been around the world, and it broke it too, which leads me on to another point, which is WrestleMania London.
Yeah.
So Tony Sadiq Khan, the London mayor, was
Yeah.
said if he's voted to be mayor again, he's going to try and bring sports shows to London, make London the sports capital, and then see about WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And Triple H, we responded to his tweet by saying, "Let's talk," which I think in my mind now confirms that it's nice to hear from the horse's mouth about
Yeah.
WrestleMania being here. So I think it's going to happen in the next 5 years. That's my prediction.
So yeah, overall it was a great day out, and hopefully we'll get that WrestleMania in London. But yeah, that was the podcast this week. We talked about AEW and the troubles they have. We talked about our experience with the O2. Next week we'll be reviewing the draft and what happened there and what we predict the storylines to be moving forward. I apologise for the dinner. It is currently 20 to 6 that we are recording this right now, and it is dinner time.
It's been time.
So yeah, you're gonna have to deal with a bit of a podcast / mukbang. But thank you to Jack for joining me once again every single week that this podcast has started.
Well, every 2 weeks.
Every episode. But yeah, we'll be here next week chatting all shit about the draft, and whatever other topics appear in the week. Maybe some more AEW drama could appear. That'll be fun.
Hopefully, no more Mercedes Moné promos.
Hopefully, no more. That's another thing. What they're doing with that. But yeah, that is our talking points this week. If you've enjoyed the Gibbs Corner, please like the video. Subscribe to the channel for more. And yeah, I will see you. We will see you in the next one. Until then.
And he's coming.
So yeah, we're the ones.